The IPO calendar is still a little light following the Easter holiday. The only one of any real importance is Independent Bank Group. This is a bank out of Texas. They're hoping to raise $80 million. Francis, you seem to like this one. You say it is a buy on the IPO, but you also mentioned that they have a ton of competition. So what separates this IPO from the others? Is it purely just price?
Well, it's priced kind of in the middle. It's in McKinney, Texas, which is the second fastest growing community in the U.S. It's 35 miles north of Dallas, and Dallas was identified as one of the fastest growing communities. When I compared it to four Texas banks, and one of them is Texas Bank Shares, which is based in Dallas and has about a $1.5 billion market cap. This one has less than $300 million market cap. And then there was Southside Bank in Tyler, Texas, where Johnny Football, the Heisman winner, came from. That was about 60 miles east of Texas. What's interesting is those two comparables have both been down a little bit in the last 30 days, which is not a good sign. But
well, that's why I was questioning why you would think this is a buy when these other ones have been going down.
Well, right, but a couple of the Texas banks have been going up. This one had a 20% increase in interest income, and the net income was up 27% in 2012 versus 2011. So it's on a good track. I think the demographics will probably take it up a little bit in McKinney, Texas. It's a small bank, has 30 to 35 branches. But one of the problems with these independent banks is that the big banks are closing branches, and because a lot of the movement is to mobile phones, and if you deposit a check by mobile phone, it saves the banks $3.88. I just read recently. So that kind of, I'm not sure these small banks have the IT departments to set up to really compete with the big banks. So I'm a little bit concerned that some of the bigger banks could open branches in McKinney and convert a lot of people to the mobile phones, and this one may not. But it's got good top-line revenue growth. It's got good net earnings growth in the last year. So I think it'll be priced to go up. I think it'll go up modestly. And,
all right. Well, it's priced. So far, it's planned to price at a mid-range of 25. So if for any reason it comes out, maybe below that, it might look, even though it sounds strange to price below that, might be better because then investors can get it at a good deal.
It might be, but when these things price down, it's because they lose their investor interest. But what I'm thinking is when the analyst reports come out, they'll tout the fact that McKinney is a fast-growing community. This is coming at a price to discount to the other banks on a price to tangible book value, and it pays a dividend. It doesn't pay a big dividend. But if you look at the comparables, Texas Bank Shares pays, the one based in Dallas pays no dividend, and Southside pays a dividend of 7%. So it's a little confusing. A lot of it depends on how much the analysts push it based on the demographics.
All right. Well, there you have it. Francis Gaskins likes this one, but it sounds like more based on its price versus its peers. And that's the only IPO we've got to look at for you this week. That's Francis Gaskins, president of IPO Desktop, and I'm Debra Borchardt with TheStreet.